Welcome back to Flankso6 channel. Today I'm doing a special kind of learn to play video. Today it's actually learning how to use the Forteller audio narration app with Tanares Adventures Ultimate. So I have kind of gotten this back end view here of where we are gonna walk through this, and so you can see it all. This should be launching about the same time as the timing of the redemption codes being sent out. It should be going to either your Kickstarter email or your GameFound email, depending on whichever one you use to buy the narration from originally. If you're not sure, then just probably check both of them. And if you still have an issue, you can contact us at contact@dragorigames.com, and we can kind of get that sorted out for you. But anyway, this should be opening up here. So the first thing you're going to want to do is fortellergames.com. So Forteller is no longer an app on the Google Play Store or the the Apple store. So you're going to have to go to their website, and now it's a web-based application. To install it, you can either press get the app or install our app and get started today. Actually, before we get started, let's just mention here that there is a get started button as well. So if you're confused or you have other questions, this is a great place to go, and it walks you through basically the steps that I'm doing right now. But since you're watching this, let's go through it. I'm clicking the install our app button. It'll take us to the stage installation area. So it's called Forteller Stage now, and that's basically the name of their web-based app. You're going to click this install button. Forteller can be on tablet, mobile phone, or computer. It'll look slightly different between each case. Maybe you'll see like a little computer in the top, or you'll see this like pop down button, but it's all pretty similar, and you just kind of keep walking through the open, and then this one allows the basically to add a link to your computer, which you can do as well, or your phone, so that way you don't have to kind of keep walking through this. Otherwise, you just do that, and then it'll pop up the app, which you don't see on my screen, but we'll show you. Basically, this is what the actual app looks like here. So you have like a library, a redemption, and then you're going to have your information in here. I'm using the Forteller kind of back end side code there. And normally you see your whole library of games, but because this is their backend account, it may show some other games that are not ours. So I am just showing our game. So you're going to go to your library once you have it in there, and then click this, and you'll pop in here. To add the game to your account, you're going to click this redeem button, which will open up this screen right here. So you should get that redemption code in your email, like I said before. And you're going to enter that, press redeem, and then that should enter it into your library. And of course, you can enter other information. When you open the app, it's going to ask you to log in. If you don't have a Forteller account, you will need to create one, and then be able to redeem it. All this, like I said, is in that get started as well. So let's pretend we have logged in. We've gotten Tanares Adventures added to our library. We're clicking Tanares Adventures, and now this is the main screen you'll see when you get in here. As you'll see, it is 8 hours and 22 minutes of pure audio content with over 600 pages. There's a lot more coming. This is just book one is now available. So book one in the Tanares Adventures Ultimate campaign is weeks 1 and 2. And of course, there is 6 weeks in the Tanares Adventures campaign, and that's what books 2 and 3 will be. So 2 is still in work, and book 3 is in production, working through more audio right now, and it should be they're aiming to try to get this all closed out by Gen Con or shortly after, but we'll kind of keep let you guys know how it's going. But so far it'll just be that book one, which is the first 2 weeks, which is still quite a bit of content to get through. So this should be a lot. like I said, it won't be too much longer before we'll be able to add all the rest of Tanares Ultimate. It's just such a massive project. In fact, this is probably their biggest one that they've ever done. Anyway, so to get started, if you haven't played Tanares Adventures Ultimate, I highly suggest you go to the tutorial and start here first. And we'll kind of show how we walk through, how the app looks, and then we'll kind of look back and I'll show you some tips for everything else. So we'll go tutorial, intro. You see this image here. You're seeing this kind of Tanares Adventures button up here, and then some information tab, and then a choices tab. There's also these arrows down here at the bottom. The one on the left, this arrow pointing left, is your back button. This is kind of your forward button. You can use either these buttons down here at the bottom or click on these tabs to kind of change the pages. Either one works. So basically what it says is move on to Adventure A, which is the actual start of the tutorial for Tanares Adventures Ultimate. So you're going to click that. It will take you to this page here, which is actually directly the information from the first book. So the tutorial starts with kind of this walkthrough mini game where you don't choose your heroes yet, but you're kind of trying to help determine which character, which hero you want to play and which will fit your party best. Kind of looking down here at the bottom, you'll know that there's a couple, two other buttons. There's the play button here and then this reverse button. So if you press the play button, you should hear the very first entry into the audio.
Your adventuring group, having just emerged victorious from a skirmish against a goblin horde that was assaulting a village, began to free the captive locals, including an elder scholar. With gratitude in his eyes, he presents you with a tome of ancient knowledge, the most prized relic of his people, insisting that you keep it for saving everyone's lives.
All right, and then basically it would continue playing through. You can, of course, pause the audio here down at the bottom. Otherwise, it will just end. And then, of course, you can restart the audio by pressing that reverse button if you would like so. And then, like I said, you will then click the choices to go to your next thing. Now, the tutorial, at least the very beginning, it's kind of just walking you through completing these steps, and you kind of just keep going along. But I'll show you what an actual example here looks like. So a couple ways to go back. I can either go back here, which can go back the screens, or I can click this button here, which will take me back to the top, the main screen here. All right, so how we split up things in for the app here is, of course, you have the tutorial, and then it's by each week. So you can there's two methods. So you either click the buttons through the weeks. So like week 1, and it'll say select the chapter or quest you would like to embark on. There's also like this signpost symbol, which is basically another way to click here to the choices tab. And it will say you can either select your adventure you want to play, or the quest, or the week 1 ending, and then, or you can just return to that last game screen menu. Whenever you play adventure in the game and you're getting started, you're always going to do the adventure. But in case, there's a time that maybe you did the adventure and then you were like, well, we'll play the quest like another time, or we need to take a break and we'll come back to this. And whatever reason, like you lose your place, you can either kind of go to the quest or the adventures. But most of the time you're going to click the quest, and then it has the adventures all listed here. That you can go through and press. So let's say we want to press Adventure C. This is after the tutorial. We're getting into the first thing. Like before, there is an audio at the beginning. So whenever you go into a quest or adventure, pretty much the first thing you're going to do is always click the audio tab or the start button, so that way you can hear the audio.
Under the watchful eye of Zalir, you slip into the shadows of Gold Raft's busy docks.
So this one here has Zalir. Not going to get too far into it, so that way I don't spoil anything. But just to kind of show real quick of options here. So when you click the choices, this will be just like in the adventure book, where you can choose which options, and they will branch into different stories depending on what you do. And just like in the book, there's always at least the first one always starts with like a fast action mode option, or basically you don't want to really engage a lot with the story. You just want to get to playing the quests. You can click that button here, and that will jump you to the end. Like I said, there will be more audio down there that you'll play. And then it will tell you, what happens. So in this case, your hero got a distracted token. Each hero takes 4 damage, and put a black cube on slot 5. Basically, that means you just put it on the health marker spot 5. And that's going to be used in the quest here. And then it says go to page 36, quest 3, burning bridges. So then you're going to open up your quest book. Now let's actually show what it looks like in the app. So either you can go back to the main screen, or you can proceed to quest 3, which if you're doing this, I highly suggest you're doing that. And right here, so we're now in quest 3. So we're no longer in the adventure section. We're in quest 3. And then you'll see that there's this section from the book. This is actually a pretty cool thing I had them do here. If you click it, you can do this on, tablet or phone or, whatever. And it'll make it a lot bigger, and you can actually zoom in. You can zoom in like this so you can see it a little bit better. And just so you know that these 2 pages are 2 separate pages. So if you want to go to the other page, I'll show you here. So and just as a note, it's a little harder to see, but just so you're aware, at the top right, there's a zoom in button, zoom out button. There's this kind of like full screen mode option. And then bring in this little pop-up. It all looks exactly the same, whether you're doing mobile, computer, or tablet. And then you're going to click the X at the top right to close it out. Now, if you want to go to the second page, which honestly I think this is the best part of this, is now you have the quest map here set up. So you can click this, and you can basically see your quest map very close up. You see where villains are, if they have like a certain chemet level associated to them. Basically the same thing you would have, but now you have it, basically this is saving you from taking out the quest book. If you want to use the quest book, of course you can do that, or if you want to follow along, you can do that as well. But this is just an option that we've provided for people to do it with the audio, and then you will start the adventure. Usually it starts you by having you go to the beginning section of whatever that quest is. So like section 3.1. And then it'll tell you, okay, well, once all the villains are dead, then go to 2, or you can press we were defeated, and then that will take you back to the beginning. But otherwise, you can click this here. There's more audio that will apply to this. If you had like these different things like slot 5, we mentioned before, you distracted the enemies so Zalir could approach, giving him time. Increase the torch token by 2, which is all in the quest description there. And then basically it kind of just keeps walking you through just like you would in using the book, except now, right, you have the
As
audio.
you finally get off the bridge, you see that more third eye reinforcements.
So there you go. So that is how you use the app there. And pretty much you're just going to keep walking through this. You're going to be fighting things that say, oh, okay, you won, right? Each time I'm clicking these, I would listen to the audio normally. And then this one here actually has another choice where you're kind of choosing what happens depending on what happened in the quest. And then you keep walking through. And now next adventures, that's always the final section of any quest that you play. And you will click next adventures. It'll tell you what things you get: gain adventures, strategist, adventure G. And then if you won, you go to page 4 in the book, which tells you all the steps for getting the rewards for losing. If you won, it's in the adventure book, and you click that, and it takes you to the next adventure section, and you can return to either return to week 1 or return to week 2, or just return back to the quest. Or the main screen. So let's go to back to week 1 here. You can choose those quests. After you have played your entire week, there's always the week ending, which tells you some additional story that happened at the end of the week, and it'll be based on the things that happened. And so it will walk you through all those. Now, I'm not going to go through everything here, but basically you'd click like what's the consequences depending on the table, and then there's more audio associated with that. So that is the weeks, and that is one of the methods for how you can look at things in the book. Now, let's say, you don't want to use these clicking things. You just want to go to a certain quest or adventure. You can also just type it in. So I can say, let's see. So like C. So then you see adventure C, chapter 2 right here, counter espionage, the same one that we were. Click it. And look, we're right back here at the start. I can press the back button. Or let's say I wanted to go to quest 3, Burning Bridges. That was the one that we were just looking at. You can click that, and boom, now you're at the beginning of Burning Bridges. So there's a couple ways to do it, just kind of whatever way that you like best. I thought that'd be a little bit better than necessarily just having to only use the search thing or only having the button pressing way. So anyway, hopefully this helps you enjoy the Forteller narration for Tanares Adventures Ultimate. That is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next one.